Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Hell boy, it just doesn't stop with the Democrats' so-called leader, the queen of the ghetto. She has ghetto-fied Congress. And I tell you, people in Texas, black people, everybody, they're ashamed of this lady. They want this lady out. You know, but why is she trending for this, man? Let me put this on the screen just in case, because it's the Breakfast Club. But she said this.
And if we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, like, I mean, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, like, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you? I'm not really sure.
Whitewashed.
Like what it is,
well,
but
you
I
couldn't
need
even be married to a white woman under Jim
correct,
Crow.
correct, and it took Joy to call him out. So I'm like, bruh, like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you saying?
Oh,
like,
boy.
he just out here, you know. I feel like they give him his talking points, and he's like, yes, master, I got it.
Yes, master. Yeah, you talk about racism, racist. This lady here, man. The queen of the ghetto, man. But she's been had an eventful week. She's been trending almost every single day this week. From inciting violence to mocking disabled people, you know, talking about the Texas governor, to attacking reporters, asking for Elon Musk to be taken down. She has gotten charges filed against her, assault charges. Even a censure resolution in Congress. It's just bad for this lady, man. An absolute disgrace, and people have had enough. And we are shooting for her replacement, Sheldon Daniels. Make sure y'all give him a follow, man. In District 30, Texas 30, we want this lady out, man. And even people are going viral with viral videos that we want this lady out. You know.
When I say I love everything about Texas, I love how big we are. I love that it takes you a long time to get in and up out of our state. I love that people are flocking to Texas because they see that it's a lot of opportunity out here. I love that our governor has protected our borders and shipped all the illegal criminals up out of here. I love that about Texas. What I don't like about Texas is Jasmine Crockett. I don't like how she is a representative of Texas and she does not move with dignity and class. Not the
No
type
class
of
at all.
dignity and class that I'm used to seeing. Like, Texas is a prideful state. Like, we
And again, there's viral videos of people that are just sick of this lady, man. You know, I tell you, black people, everybody, she is an embarrassment, man. You know, and like I tell you, the way this lady carries herself, man. But this is the picture Democrats want out. This is what they want out. You know, we seen what took place this past election at the campaign, at the rallies. You know, when Kamala had people twerking on stage and had people dancing and concerts and people only showed up for a free concert, you know. And this is why people are running out of here, man. Too far left, too woke, you know. Out of touch with the people. You know, with hardworking, the middle class Americans, people are just done with the Democrat Party. They have the walkaway campaign now that has gone viral, and there's people walking away, lifelong Democrats, liberals, and they keep sending this lady out. Keep doing what y'all doing. Keep sending her out. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. The hole is just going to get deeper, you know. But I want to get into the main part of this video is with Megyn Kelly. Yeah, I love when she destroys people, man. Let's get this off the screen. Let's get the logo off the screen. I love when Megyn Kelly destroys these people, man. She never disappoints, and she's on with Benny Johnson. So I definitely wanted to get into this, you guys. But if you're new here, make sure you join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for your boy. Hope y'all have had an amazing weekend. Enjoying your weekend and had an amazing day. Rest of the month. That 2025 is off to an amazing start. And as you can see, these last couple of weeks have been very eventful with the Trump administration, Trump, Elon Musk, and we send our prayers to this administration. We are rooting for this administration, man. The American First Agenda, but these activists, the radical left, these lunatics, Democrats, it just doesn't. The chaos just doesn't stop, man. People, these district judges think they outrank a president. You know, then what's the point of elections? You know, but Democrats have so-called found a new leader for right now, and this lady here is giving them a bad rap, got a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and they're running everybody out of there. You know, yeah. Let's go and get into it. I want to see what Megyn Kelly had to say, especially after this or how this week has taken place. Oh boy.
Phone and smashed it, and apparently there's assault charges filed. The clip is right here. I don't like, my take on this is like, you're the member of Congress. People are going to ask you questions all day. You should never lay your hands on a reporter, grab their gear and smash it. But hey, what do I know? What are your take on this, Megyn?
Well, I'm just watching this for the first time with you now. Is she going to grab it here? Does she grab him or just his phone?
So she grabs the cell phone right as they go around the corner in the hallway, and then the reporter says that he got, scratched during this exchange. Mm-hmm. So I'm, looking at it, and I'm saying, like,
no, if she laid any hands on that reporter, it's assault, and she should be charged. And she absolutely should be sued for the value of the camera/phone. This is completely inappropriate. She's completely inappropriate. And you see it with her time and time again. I mean, I guess she didn't feel that mocking a man in a wheelchair, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who's, a truly good man, was enough for one day. She wanted to commit a couple of crimes on her way home, back to Congress that day. This woman, I've had about enough of her. She wants to be like a member of the squad. She thinks of herself like an AOC. She talks like, she's from the hood. Meanwhile, she grew up in a nice family. She didn't talk like this 3 years ago. 3 years ago, she sounded like you and I sound in this conversation. And
I love how the old footage of her, before all this ghetto crap and all this stuff that she's on now. I love how those viral videos are all through the internet right now. Everybody's reposting them, and that it's blew the internet up of of the preview of how it was back then and now. Absolute disgrace, man. She's an embarrassment.
Excited to be going to Congress. I can't wait to get started on my new job. And now she's like, we need to smack him in the head, bitch. Like, what do you? We have videotape. Why are you talking like that? No one believes this bullshit. And now she's graduated to acting like a thug. So congratulations. Your term in the U.S. Congress is going really well, swimmingly.
I don't understand. There's so many members of Congress that get asked tough questions every single day in the hallways. Try being a Republican member of Congress. You are like constantly assaulted every single hallway and elevator ride in Congress. You are getting hit up by a reporter asking you did you beat your wife? Did you kill your wife? Like, this is just the constant life of any Republican. Yeah. In the halls of Congress.
That literally just happened to Pete Hegseth at his confirmation hearings. I mean, yes. That actually was a line of questioning. Like, how long have you been beating your wife? And he had to sit there and take it like a frustrated professional. And he did. Brett Kavanaugh, they were accusing him of being a gang rapist. They were clamoring around him as he walked in and out of the hearings like he was Charles Manson. I mean, this is a Supreme Court justice. He took it like a professional, like a gentleman. She is not a lady. She is low class, low rent, and dying for us to see it. And I guess she thinks it's cool. Like, she thinks we're going to think she's cool if she acts like that. She's forgotten she's in the halls of Congress. And I realize they have a lower approval rating than cockroaches, quite literally, than like STDs have higher ratings than Congress
cancer,
does.
Yes.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, when you'd rather have herpes than spend time with Jasmine Crockett. It's bad. Okay, I realize that. But still, just for the sake of the people, we should be upholding some kind of a standard in what we are willing to send there. And members of Houston, my friends down in Houston, Texas, that's not it.
We know.
So
y'all know, born and raised Houston, Texas. Where my historians at? Born and raised, man, where I resided in Houston, Texas. Yeah, and I tell you, man, Texas is Ashamed of this lady, man. For real. And I'm glad they got Sheldon Daniels sponsors and posters up. I'm telling you, man, we were ready to get this lady out, man.
It's interesting that you brought up her code switching with her accent. This video is unbelievable. I want to play it just the first couple of seconds here. But you could tell that she's just totally putting it on. The whole ghetto act is a complete facade. She's doing it, I guess, because she thinks that that's what people want, or she comes from a ratchet district. I'm not sure. I've never been there. But have a listen.
Absolutely. First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. You know, no one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago,
sweet,
that I would be running for Congress.
So
calm. This is not what my plan was.
Now you can see why she won.
But what I've always decided is that I would step up when there was a need.
Listen, he up there, he's hearing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. We wasn't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't, you know.
What is it?
She called me and
Except for that she is.
What does it say when you code switch like it's like pathological to do this? This is what Alec Baldwin's wife does, right, with her fake accent.
First of all, I mean, like, I feel like what is this, like her black accent? Because I feel like this is offensive to black people. Like, she thinks all black people, which is like, I guess, her favored constituency, she's trying to win over, want to hear her talk like that. Well, she lost her R's. She don't say her R's anymore, and she don't use proper grammar. Like, who the hell are you trying to appeal to? This is deeply offensive. This doesn't sound like any black person I know. I don't hang out in the hood a lot, so I guess that's what she's going for. But are those real voters? Is that what she thinks is going to carry her over the edge? I don't get it. In this nice video with like the velvet red jacket, she remembered how to say R's, which is terrific. Now, I don't even know. Is that English? I don't know what that is other than low class, low rent. And by the way, and I have good standing to say this, there's a way of going too far on the fake eyelashes. Having worked at Fox for 13 years, I have expertise in this department. They're just lash extenders. Those can be nice. And then you cross over to Tammy Faye territory, and it's happened. Someone needs to rein it back in.
Just really quickly, she's making a lot of news these days. It says that the governor of Texas, who's been disabled and in a wheelchair for the better part of the last 2 decades, is Governor Hot Wheels. I am waiting for any Democrat to be asked about this on the record. You know that if Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert or anybody ever said something like that or laid a hand on a reporter, if Marjorie Taylor Greene laid a hand on a reporter and smashed their camera, what do you think would happen? She'd be out of Congress that evening. They'd vote her out.
That guy, I think he works for Laura Loomer, who was on top of her. That's why, because the media is like, oh, Laura Loomer. Meanwhile, she's broken a lot of big stories. So if that had been CBS News, if that had been, one of these annoying reporters like Margaret Brennan behind there, can you imagine if they'd done any damage to her camera as she tried to get a real answer? Wouldn't take no for an answer out of a member of Congress. Please. It's ridiculous. I don't know what this woman's problem is. I think she might not be all that well. She's also calling for a tax on Ted Cruz. She wants a tax on Elon Musk. Everything she says is provocative, and I think she's really sort of leaning into there's no such thing as bad publicity. She's building a name and a social media following, which means she is just like AOC in that she's a congressional Kardashian. She's there to build her Insta and not to really legislate or do good for the people. It's obvious, and it's really annoying. Was that the injury to the reporter that you were showing there?
Yeah. So he got scratched by the big
disgrace,
plastic
man.
Yeah, also part of the act.
Queen of the ghetto. The queen of the ghetto. Make sure y'all follow Sheldon Daniels, man. We are shooting for this fellow. This is her official replacement, man. A common sense patriot, man. Again, who was also an attorney, an Army veteran. Love to our vets, man. Woo! Small business owner and a common sense fighter, man. Yes, indeed. Make sure y'all give Sheldon Daniels a follow. We got to get this lady out, man. She's an absolute disgrace, man. And huge shout out to Terrence that broke the internet a couple days ago. I know we featured him on our videos, on 2 of our previous videos. And y'all had such a good laugh with this one, man.
Allegedly to feed the people at Doge. Speak right now, Elon Musk is stealing people's food stamps. And he's using them.
Yeah, man, with the fingernails and the eyelashes and the cricket wig he got on. Yeah, he nailed the impression spot on, man. Huge shout out to Terrence, man. But let me know what y'all think of all this. Again, this is the Democrats' so-called leader right now. They keep sending her out there. They are never going to win, you know. And I feel like after Trump and the Trump administration is done, after these next couple of years, they might not be ever a Democrat in there ever again. I'm just saying, man. You know, but prayers to Trump and the Trump administration and Elon Musk, you know, because these activists, these liberals, these Democrats, these lunatics are not stopping at all costs. I mean, they come out and say just ridiculous crap, you know.
To draw down on it, $100 billion in taxes they pay into Social Security.
You know, they just won't stop, man.
Appoint Jasmine Crockett as the unquestioned leader of your party, but thank God. And I think what she should do is go on TV twice as much as she is right now, maybe 3 times as much, because every time she appears and makes one of these mistakes, says something radical, it only further divides her party from the rest of the other 80% of America who can't stand this.
Yep.
But the problem is there's an audience for it. I heard Jimmy Kimmel's audience cheering on Tesla vandalism. I hear the Daily Show audience cheering on attacks on Elon Musk. I hear the human rights audience cheering on an attack on a man in a wheelchair. And I realize this is what the left has become. An angry mob of people who are cheering on attacks on a guy in a wheelchair and vandalism against people who bought a Tesla. It's pathetic. No lesson could ever be learned as long as you're doing these things in front of audiences who roar when you do it. When you have comedians who are broad messengers for the left making unfair jokes and people are roaring. When you have politicians
Van Jones
being vulgar and saying what's the lesson?
We're trying.
What's the audience?
But I want to pull up what Van Jones had to say on her. I really do, because again, he actually came to his senses. Yeah, surprisingly, he came to his senses on this, and he knows that Jasmine Crockett is ghetto trash. We'll play this last clip before we get out of here. Last clip before we end the video, y'all.
I don't know her yet, and so here's how I see it. She's new. She's young, and she's trying to find her way. I think that this party is scrambling, trying to seem tough, and I'm seeing this party traffic in a lot of curse words. That's supposed to be like the new cool thing to do. I don't think that's going to be as useful. I even heard Pete Buttigieg with a whole bunch of curse words. I don't know who gave that memo. I don't think that's very useful. I think you have to be very careful when you're talking about people with disabilities, and I don't think she was careful, and I don't know her enough to say she's not being honest. I'm going to tell you, it sounded bad, and I just want to finish. I think this party is trying to find a way to look tough and to show fight, but this is not the way.
It's over.
I don't think the cursing.
You're in the ditch. 4 flat tires, shot transmission, shot engine. Yeah. And I mean, the windshield is cracked to where you can't see nothing like that windshield. I mean, it's just cracks going left, right. There's just cracks everywhere. Like somebody hit her with a bat, you know. Y'all had warnings, though. Check engine light came on. Oil light came on. You know, it came on. It all, you had warning. Warnings come before destruction.
It's going to work. I think I've been on stage and I've gotten, a little bit hyped sometimes too. I hope that she will take this as lessons. You talked about learning lessons, that type of stuff. It doesn't sound to me like she's actually taking full responsibility. If that's true, I don't like it, and she can't do that again. She's too important to us to do that again.
What I fear is that no lesson could ever be learned as long as you're doing these things in front of audiences who roar when you do it. When you have comedians who are broad messengers for the left making unfair jokes and people are roaring, when you have politicians being vulgar and saying what's the lesson?
We're trying.
What's the audience? It says a lot about the audience.
What we're trying to deal with is that Trump has done this and he's been successful.
Yeah.
So when you have somebody who does this stuff and they're successful, you start thinking.
You see how they go right back to Trump. Trump's the bad guy. Trump did this. Trump did that. You know.
Well, is that the right way? I would like for us to say it's not. But I think it's hard for us to hear Republicans scolding us on it when your guy does it all the time. We are trying to find a way forward. Jasmine is too important to make these kinds of mistakes. I think she has a bright future. I hope that tonight she's looking and says, you know what? I don't have to do that kind of stuff to get an applause line. She's too important for us to make those kind of mistakes.
But there it is, family. Let me know what y'all think down below. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace and love, you guys.